Hi guys, it's Katie here with Life in the Mundane. With 6 kids, it is very easy for Christmas to get more than a little out of control when it comes to spending. So today I want to share how we do Christmas on a budget. So let's get started. I don't know what your situation is, what's your budget, how many kids you have, what kind of factors you have going on there. So I can't give you an exact dollar amount that's perfect for you, but I will share what we do and kind of what our budget is at the end of this video. If you want to check that out, make sure you watch till the end. But honestly, I think the big thing is regardless of where you are, where your budget is, or how much you would like to spend on your kids, it's important to remember to not spend more than you have. So if you have $200 per kid and you want to spend that, fantastic, go for it. But if you don't, please don't go into debt. Put yourself in the position where you, your spouse, your family is going to be suffering and stressing about these Christmas gifts for way beyond Christmas and many years to come. That is not the kind of thing that we want to give our kids. So just that little word of encouragement and caution there. But when it comes to getting to creating your own budget, I can't help you figure out those exact numbers, but I can share a little bit about what we do and how we keep track of it. A budget is super important, but it's not important if you don't look at it again. If you set that number and then you just go spend whatever you want and see how close they match up, it's not going to help you save any money. So one app that I absolutely love that I had to share with you guys today is the Christmas gift list. It is a free app. They have a Lite version and a paid version, and honestly, I haven't even looked at the paid version because the Lite version is so good, but it's a Christmas gift list app, and it allows you to put all of the people that you need to buy gifts for and to separate them into categories. So I have my husband's family, my children's stockings, my children's gifts to each other to keep track of. And I have it all listed into categories and their names, and then it allows you to go into each name and add a budget for that specific child, which is awesome. So let's say that budget is maybe $50 or $30. You can separate it, you can lump it all together, stockings, gifts, everything. You can separate it if you want to separate it. Then you can keep track of different things. So you can add in there Lego set or Barbie doll or whatever it might be. You can add different items into that section of their list, and you can put in whether it's something that you've already purchased, and if it is, how much you've purchased it for. If it is something that's just an idea that you have, that you're trying to keep an idea list going, if it's something you are going to purchase but haven't done so yet. And once you've actually purchased that item and you select that you've purchased it in the app, it automatically deducts that from the budget that you set for that child. I have found this super motivating, super easy to do. Again, it's the Christmas gift list app, and it's free. It's so easy to use and so fun, and honestly, I find it motivating for helping me want to save money. So I will set a budget for each of my kids, and then I will go out and purchase things. And it's kind of become a game for me to see how much money I can have left over. So we set the budget, and I will tell you what we set at the end of this video. We set that budget, but then I see how much money I can save and not spend out of that set budget. Now, let me clarify with this before we go any further. Setting a budget and sticking to a budget does not mean going cheap. We definitely are not going for just the cheapest option. We want to figure out how to get high quality gifts at budget prices, at great deals. So I want to kind of share a little bit more about how I do that. After you get the app set up, you're all ready to go. Another thing that I find helpful when you're trying to cut down on the Christmas spending is to kind of set a theme. Set some kind of parameters for yourself. So for us personally, we do 3 gifts. Fun, something they want, something they wear, which we do Christmas PJs for us, and something to read. Now, there are a whole lot of different parameters out there. There's all different kinds of categories that you can do, but kind of finding categories like that can be really, really helpful when it comes down to breaking a budget, because it is so easy to go and overspend on your kids, to get all excited and find this here and this there, and when you get it all together, you realize how much money you've spent, but also how much stuff you're going to be adding to your house. So this is a great way to kind of keep you in check, give you that checks and balance, and again, make it fun, give you ideas, give you different kinds of toys so they're not getting 10 of the same thing for Christmas. So another thing, and it might sound obvious, to shop deals all year round. Now, you might be saying, it's November. How am I supposed to shop deals all year round? Some of these tips might be helpful for now. There's still plenty of deals on the table for you to have, but also remember these tips for the next year so that as you're going, you can shop these deals. So a couple of the things that we like to hit are end of the year clearance. Just so you know, end of July, almost all Walmarts and other stores like that clearance out all of their toys. They clearance out so many toys. It's unreal, and it's about a week long. It tends to be the last week in July. I stock up on toys and fun goodies like that we can get great deals at great prices. So this year we were able to get some fun toys that really average range somewhere around $60 for something around $25 to $30 a piece. So that was a fantastic deal. Again, a quality gift, something they're gonna love, but keeping within our budget. Another thing is when they clearance out end of the season clothing. At the end of the summer, they started clearancing out their t-shirts. Guess what? T-shirts are something you can wear all year round, and they had them marked down for $2 or $3 a piece. They had all the fun characters that my kids love, and so we picked up a few to throw in for gifts my kids to be able to get for each other, which I'll talk about in just a second. But I think this is a great time to pick up things that they might need. A new pair of shoes, a new pair of pants, a fun dress maybe they wouldn't normally get. Whatever it might be, you can get some great deals on clearance, both toys and clothes at the end of the summer. Another thing is obviously Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals. There are a lot of great things out there. I could do a whole nother video on that, but I won't do that right now. But there's so many great deals out on the table for you to keep track of and run. The big thing is to kind of get an idea. Again, if you have the budget set and you have those parameters set of sort of theme gifts that you want to get, then you can also then kind of come up with a list that would fit for those themes. And you can track those items on Amazon or other sites or stores and see what kind of deals there are. I will say, don't forget about all the free money on the table. And I know you're probably looking at me and saying, free money? What kind of free money? But there are a lot of ways to get gifts for free using different kinds of apps or services to do that. So let me kind of explain what I'm talking about. One thing my parents always did growing up is they had a credit card. They would charge like their gas or something like that on their credit card, and they paid off at the end of every month, so they weren't actually accruing any debt, but they were accruing credit, and they would use any kind of points towards Christmas. And that was their Christmas budget. Whatever they had gained towards points for the year, that was what they used for Christmas. So that's definitely one way you can do that. Another kind of similar concept is if you use apps like Ibotta, Checkout 51, some of the other rebates or online shopping apps that you can use that give you cash back on purchases you're already making. You're not going out and spending extra money. You're just drop some of my favorite ones below, but there's all sorts of fun ones where you can just scan every shopping receipt that you get and you get so many points. And once you get those points, you can turn those in for Amazon gift cards or Starbucks gift cards or whatever it might be. And so this is a great way to take that money from purchases you're already purchasing and put it towards Christmas to help with your budget. Remember, party companies. So there are tons of companies out there that offer that if you host a party, you can get free goodies. Sometimes at the middle or end of the year, I will host something like a 31 party or an Usborne book party or one of those kinds of awesome products that will allow me to get some Christmas gifts for free. And it's so awesome. So every year we do something for the kids for something to read. So a lot of times I will do an Usborne book party and I will get books for deeply discounted or free. And it's a great way to stock up on those for Christmas for that year. Also, don't underestimate the DIY gifts and the used gifts. So I'm not talking about compromising quality here. I'm just talking about the great deals that you can scoop up at your local garage sales or maybe your local thrift stores. There are so many great things out there to be found. So how do you handle siblings' gifts to each other? I don't know about you, but for us, we do have our kids give gifts to each other, but our kids are younger. And so if they don't have money, if you don't give them an allowance, or if they just are running low on cash and you want them to be able to get gifts for each other. What we found that we were oftentimes doing is we were paying for all of these gifts and they were giving it to each other. And it's not giving very sacrificially or very lovingly when it's mom and dad footing the bill. Instead is we created a system where mom and dad shop deals all year round, like I mentioned, and we have a stash of little toys and goodies. All of these toys are somewhere between a range of value between $5 or less. Some are maybe $7 or $10, but we paid no more than $2 to $3 per item. And again, I know you're saying, how did you do that? But really, it's quite simple. The other one I will say is to check out your local Ross and TJ Maxx. They have fantastic toy deals. We've gotten little minifigure sets or Play-Doh sets with books or exciting things like that. I'm hidden away all year, and when it gets closer to Christmas time, we open up mom and dad's store, and the kids get to go shopping within our stash of stuff that we've been able to get throughout the year, and then they purchase things, but they're able to get quality gifts at a low cost for them. And the way we actually do this is they can pay in cash or they can pay in credit. So what they can do is they can work off and do chores for mom and work for me throughout the season, and I will give them so much in store credit that they can use towards gifts for their siblings. So what do we spend on our kids? Honestly, the answer is it varies a little bit, but typically we spend anywhere from about $40 to about $75 per kid for 6 kids. This includes their gifts from us, their stocking stuffers, which we don't do Santa, but we still have fun with stockings, their stocking stuffers, and their gifts from each other's siblings, like I was talking about. I know some people who do it for less. Oftentimes, for our babies and our really littles, we do it for a lot less than that, but that's sort of the cap that we have set. And it gives us that flexibility that if we do need to get something a little bit higher, we can. One of the reasons why we think that this is important, and this is just us personally, there is absolutely no judgment whatsoever for those who spend more on Christmas, but we wanted Christmas to be more about Jesus and his birth, about the reason why we celebrate, and not so much about the gifts. We wanted it to be about giving to others and giving back, but we didn't want it to be so much about what we get out of it. So we have chosen to make Christmases a little bit smaller as far as gifts go, and to make birthdays a little bit more fun and special and unique and all about them for birthdays. So it's not that we don't like spoiling our kids or we don't like giving them gifts, but even if we have years where we have more money, we have the extra funds for Christmas, we still like to keep it in that $75 or less range for our children, just because we want to keep it smaller so that their focus is sort of where we would like it to be. Don't have our kids write out Christmas lists. There's nothing wrong with that, but honestly, if you're trying to shop on a budget, it's very hard when your kids are very set on one specific thing and trying to get that. It's just how we've chosen to do it, to keep their eyes focused on the reason for the season. Again, it does not have to be that lean. We go leaner because we have 6 kids. We go leaner because of our desire for the focus on this season. But no matter whether or not you want to spend, you want to cut back from spending $300 to $200, or whether you want to cut back from spending $100 to $50, general principles that'll be helpful regardless of your budget. And I would love to hear if you have any money saving tips, what you do. I would love to hear them in the comments. I know a few of you guys have commented on Facebook, and I've loved reading those posts, but drop them in the comments here. Like this video if it's been helpful, and I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday on making the most of the little moments, home management, homeschooling, and parenting, and everything in between. I hope you guys have a fantastic week and an exciting Christmas. Talk to you later. Bye.